terms of economic growth.
At the beginning of Deaton's speech, he said China is unique due to its rapid economic development over the last 30 years. And then he outlined his idea of the threshold of happiness.
That point in the US is about $70,000 a year. Above $70,000 a year, there's absolutely no effect at all on income on your mood. As if you're below this amount of money, you have a hard time. You're worrying about money all the time. You don't have enough money to go and have a good time with your friends, to go to a sporting event, to go out to a restaurant, to socialize, all the things that make life good. You're actually short of that, and that affects your affect, your happiness, and so on.
Deaton says living a wealthy life in China doesn't necessarily mean you'll be happier. It's the same situation in the US. When people's income hits a certain amount, their happiness levels off or even starts to drop. China has therefore accomplished much in lifting a large population out of poverty. At the same time, the Chinese People's Happiness Index, which takes into account factors like education, medical treatment and social welfare, is equally important.
People are doing pretty well on those measures, and as they get richer, they seem to value their lives more. So I do not have a negative message for China at all. These things seem to work pretty well.
After his speech, Deaton discussed government regulation, poverty alleviation and structural reform of the supply chain with young entrepreneurs.
Professor Deaton gave us enlightenment. We can't only stress on producing and manufacturing as enterprise. We should think more on how to improve happiness index of customers. When we design our products, it's better to consider more on how to raise life quality of customers, or in ideological fields.
Angus Deaton, born on 19th of October 1945 in Edinburgh, Scotland, is a microeconomist. Deaton's first widely known work was the almost ideal demand system, also known as AIDS. After his tenure as professor in the Department of Economics at Princeton University, he's had a greater influence on microeconomics and development economics than almost anyone else. He formulated the Deaton paradox, the observation of excess smoothness of consumption in the face of unexpected income shocks. Before this theory was established, people thought consumption was directly proportional to income. However, the Deaton paradox shows consumption changes no matter how well the economy is performing. Deaton also pointed out that earning more doesn't necessarily always bring happiness, but that emotional upset always comes from earning less. In 2015, Deaton was awarded the Nobel Prize in Economics for his analysis of consumption, poverty and welfare.